Welcome back to 1280 Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrov.
Go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Provo nothing. Ogden coming up. Kyle Pawelczyk, 21-year-old left-hander from Elkins, West Virginia, makes his fourth start for Provo. Pawelczyk began the year in the Arizona Rookie League, which is a step below the Pioneer League. And just being a youngster, really his first professional season, he was selected in the third round last year out of Chipola Junior College in Florida. But he was a draft and follow, meaning that Anaheim drafted him last year, but signed him right before the draft this year to his first professional contract. And he started out in the Arizona League, went 0-2, a 6.49 ERA. But he threw much better his last couple of times starting for that team in Arizona. And since being called up, he's been pretty solid for Provo. 2-2 record, 4.67 ERA. 17 in the third innings. He allowed 16 hits, struck out 12, while walking only 6. So Alejandro De Aza will lead things off for the Raptors. He'll be followed by Chin-Long Hu, Xavier Paul, and if anyone reaches, Russell Martin. De Aza, left-handed batter against the lefty Pawelczyk. And he takes the fastball a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Calling our balls and strikes tonight is Tim Dodd. Chris Schultz is on the bases. And crew we had down in Provo. There's a liner towards center field. Willits has it get past him and into center field. De Aza around first, heading to second. He takes a big turn, but will hold up with a leadoff double. Well, De Aza smoked that one to center. Willits thought that was a short line drive. All of a sudden, as coming in, he had to put on the brakes and then turned around and hit straight back towards center field as that ball whizzed past his outstretched glove. So De Aza second, no one out, and now Chin-Long Hu coming up. De Aza led off last night's ball game with a double and scored the first run of the contest. Now Chin-Long Hu will try and bring him home. Here's the stretch from Pawelczyk. Spins, and he looks De Aza back to second. In a few days since Chin-Long Hu has been in the lineup. In fact, Saturday was his last start. That a mild hand injury, and as a precaution, the Raptors have kept him out of the lineup. First pitch to him, fastball sailing high and away. It's 1-0. It's one of those injuries where if it had been the playoffs, Chin-Long Hu probably would have been playing. But as these games the last few nights didn't mean much, Raptors felt it was best to keep him out, make sure he was 100%, or as close to it anyway, heading into the postseason. Breaking ball outside. So Chin-Long Hu watches the count go 2-0. Well, it's good to have the shortstop back in the lineup. 19-year-old from Taiwan. He's hitting .294, 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. There's a pitch sailing all the way to the backstop, and trotting into third is De Aza on the wild pitch by Pawelczyk. So the game's first run, just 90 feet from home. Provo is going to play the infield back. They will give up that run to get an out. They feel they can come back from a 1-0 deficit, but they don't want to give up a big inning early on in the ballgame. Pawelczyk will go from the windup. 3-0 is high for ball 4. So the Raptors have runners at the corners, nobody out. And the number 3 batter, Xavier Paul, coming up. Vernon Roden, the pitching coach for Provo, going to trot out and talk with Kyle Pawelczyk, who is off to a rocky start. Alejandro De Aza led off with a double to center. Went to third on a wild pitch, and then Chin-Long Hu drew a walk. So Ogden threatening here in the first with nobody out, and their best hitter coming to the plate, and Xavier Paul. The Raptors did face Pawelczyk on Saturday. And Pawelczyk started out the game in fantastic fashion. He did not allow a hit until the 12th batter he faced on Saturday. But once the Raptors got that first hit, they were able to touch Pawelczyk for 4 runs over the next 2.5 innings. Knocked him out of the ball game in the 6th. But Provo had already built a sizable lead by that point. So here's Xavier Paul. Runners at first and third, no one out. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Paul hitting .309, 7 home runs, tied for the team lead. 46 runs batted in, which is second on the squad. Outfield plays in deep and straight up. The stretch from Pawelczyk and the one-strike pitch. Called strike. Now a throw down to third. Just back in time is Alejandro De Aza. He was taking a big lead at third, and Michael Collins, the catcher, elected to try and pick him off. De Aza just did get back underneath the tag. First and third, no one out. No balls and 2 strikes on Xavier Paul. Pawelczyk to the belt. And the 2-strike pitch. Line towards center field. Willits will make this catch. De Aza tags at third. And he'll come in to score. The Raptors have a 1-0 lead in the first inning. So Xavier Paul gets the job done, scoring De Aza from third base. That's RBI number 47 for Xavier. Meanwhile, Chin Lung Hu had to hold it first. So 1 on, 1 out, and now the cleanup hitter, Russell Martin, comes up. Martin hitting .272, 6 home runs, 36 not hit. But he has been Ogden's best hitter in the second half of the season. The stretch from Pawelczyk and a toss to first. Chin Lung Hu back safely. Chin Lung with 5 stolen bases. He's been caught 4 times. Could see him go as they'll try to stay out of the double play. Perhaps a hit and run as well. Martin at the plate. Good hitter to try that. Stretch the pitch and a fastball missed outside. It's 1-0. Martin, a right-handed batter. He's from Chelsea, Quebec. But played his college ball at Chipola Junior College. Same spot as Kyle Pawelczyk, the Provo pitcher. Here's the 1-0. Missed down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Martin, though, when he was in college, was an infielder. He was not a catcher as he is now. So he would not have been Pawelczyk's battery mate. But there are former college teammates, a battery mate. 1 on Provo, 1 on Ogden. There's a called strike. It's 2-1. Mike White, Raptor reliever, and Bobby Wilson, Provo catcher, were battery mates in junior college in Florida. Small world baseball is. 1 on, 1 out. Toss to first. Chin Lung Hu again back safely. 1-0 Raptors here in the bottom of the first inning, trying to get a win out of this 7-game series. They have lost the first 5 to Provo. I think it's important to get a victory just to get their confidence back up. 2-1 pitch, tapped down the third baseline, ranging over Pawelczyk, the pitcher, to make the play. Guns to first in time to beat Martin. So there's 2 outs. Meanwhile, Chin Lung Hu advances to second base. So he's in scoring position. And a base hit from the designated hitter, Andy LaRoche, would give Ogden a 2-0 lead. LaRoche has been very productive for the Raptors. In 5 games, he has driven in 5 runs. And asked for more than that out of a newcomer. LaRoche hitting .250. 1 extra base hit. It was a double. Here's the pitch. Fastball cut the outside corner, and it's 0-1. The Provo defense like this: Ryan Kenning at first base, Anuri Almonte at second, Jose Guzman at short, Matt Brown at third, Michael Collins catching. We'll give it the outfielders in a moment. First, the 1-strike pitch. Fouled back, 0-2. Matt Pauley is in left field, Reggie Willits in center, and Jordan Rentz is in right. 1-0 Raptors, bottom of the first. No balls, 2 strikes on Andy LaRoche. Chin Lung Hu takes his lead at second. Pawelczyk comes set. And the pitch. Again fouled straight back. The timing is there for Andy LaRoche. But he has fouled 2 straight pitches straight back to the screen. See if he can straighten one out here. And 2. Provo will now play him straight up. They were playing him to pull. And LaRoche awaits the 2-strike pitch. High and away for a ball. And they'll go to 1-2. LaRoche in this series is 2 out of 7. He's driven in 3 runs against the Angels. Trying to pick up number 4, knock in Chin-Long-Hu from second, and extend the Raptor lead. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the third base line. Still 1-2 on LaRoche. Well, he does take a wicked cut. Has the ball. He's a right-handed hitter, 5'11", 180 pounds. 39th round pick this year out of Grayson County Community College, but that's a bit misleading, that 39th round. He commanded first-round money. And most teams thought he was going to sign with Rice University. He'll play college ball there. So transferring from his community college. So they didn't draft him. The Dodgers took a chance and it's paid off for him. There's a line drive. Diving at third is Matt Brown to take away a base hit from LaRoche. And that retires the side in the first inning. A run scores on a hit. No errors, and the man left on. We'll go to the top of the second inning. It's Ogden 1, Provo nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280, the Sports Zone.
There's nothing like the feeling of hitting the road on a motorcycle. The wind in your hair, the sense of freedom. Sounds great, doesn't it? At Carey's Cycle Center in Riverdale, they can help you experience that feeling for yourself. They specialize in the sales and service of Yamaha motorcycles, as well as ATVs and snowmobiles. Stop by and see them at 4450 South 700 West in Riverdale, or visit the website at careycycle.com. Carey's Cycle Center, a proud sponsor of Raptors baseball.
In sports, players spend hours perfecting the skills it takes to become a champion. At A1 Driving School, they take that approach in teaching new or nervous drivers how to perform safely behind the wheel. A1 Driving School teaches students to understand the limitations of their vehicle and how to react safely in pressure situations. So keep a champion's driving record and protect your insurance rates. For professional instruction, call A1 Driving School at 393-4116. That's A1 Driving School.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280, the Sports Zone.
Top half of the second inning. It's Ogden 1, Provo nothing. Jordan Pratt stays on the hill to face the middle third of the Provo lineup. I want to remind you folks, tomorrow night, Friday, September the 5th, the Raptors will conclude the regular season with Provo here at Lindquist Field. And there will be post-game fireworks sponsored by Coca-Cola, pre-game player awards handed out to the finest performers on the Ogden Raptors this year. You can also pick up free general admission tickets to tomorrow night's game at any Ogden area convenience store, which offers Coca-Cola. Or you can stop by the Coke offices at 2860 Pennsylvania Avenue. So Matt Brown will lead off the second inning for Provo, with Ogden holding a 1-0 lead. There's a fastball and a strike on the inside corner on Matt Brown, the count 0-1. Brown, a right-handed hitter from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, a 10th round pick in 2001. It's a breaking ball outside, evens up the count. Brown hitting .285. He's tied for the league lead with 11 home runs, and his 52 RBIs put him second in the league. There's a high, towering fly ball to deep center. Back goes Diaza to the warning track. He turns around, makes the catch, and there's one away. Fairly well hit by Brown. Tonight we have no wind. And Lindquist Field held it up. So 1 out, no one on, and the number 5 batter, Ryan Kenning, steps up. Kenning just back into the lineup. He had missed a few games and got his first start in about a week last night. There's a curve low and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Kenning second in the league in home runs with 10. 273 and has driven in 38 runs for Provo. An inside-out swing, loops one foul, left field side, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Jordan Pratt, the Raptors pitcher, still just 18 years old. In fact, only turned 18 in the middle of May. There's a strike call, 1-2 on Kenny. And he struggled a bit early on. But in the month of August, has pitched quite a bit better. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Got Kenning with a changeup, and there's 2 away in the second inning. Jordan Pratt records the strikeout, and that'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Michael Collins. Williams, the catcher, batting .336. 1 home run, 15 knocked in. And the line from Pratt, he deals. Trying to check his swing to Collins, but he couldn't hold up. No balls and 1 strike. Jordan Pratt had taken some tough luck losses in 2 games against Helena, 1 at home, 1 on the road. There's a curve and a strike, and it's 0-2 on Collins. He gave up just 3 runs on August 16th, and again only 3 runs on August 21st to the Brewers, but the Raptors were unable to supply him with the proper run support. 0-2 pitch. Bouncing ball found down the third base line. It remains 0-2. Started to turn things around first part of July. Faced Idaho Falls for the first time. Went 2 2/3 innings and did not allow a run. That's actually the only appearance this year in which he has not allowed a run. But since then, more often than not, he's thrown better than when he hasn't. So he's also worked himself into the starting rotation since that time. He began the year with 8 relief appearances, and tonight is making his 8th start of the season. Still looking for that first pro win. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Collins. A little bit low, evens it up at 2-2, and we have the deuces wild here in the second inning. Raptor fans shaking their rally caps, helping Jordan Pratt out of the second. 2 outs, bases empty. Ogden leading 1-0 in the second inning. The spin, the 2-2. Ground ball towards short. Charging is Chin-Long Hu. Guns it over to first in time. And that'll retire the side. Fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's Provo 0, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280, the Sports Zone.
An outfielder needs great vision to see the ball advancing through the sky. On the road, you need great vision too. A cracked windshield can cause a lot worse than a drop fly ball. So stop procrastinating. Glass Repair Specialists offers fast and affordable windshield repair and replacement. They'll even help with your insurance claim. In business for 25 years, give them a call at 801-224-4124. Glass Repair Specialists, your lifesaver when it comes to damaged auto glass.
Craftsmanship. It's best defined as a job carefully seen through from beginning to end. At Eagle Eye Cabinets, we have a passion for craftsmanship. That's why loyal customers, including the Raptors, rely on Eagle Eye for their cabinetry. There's pride in workmanship and professionalism in every job we do. Need an estimate or design consultation? Just give us a call in Ogden at 399-1545. Eagle Eye Cabinets, proud to salute our troops fighting for freedom both at home and abroad.
Welcome back to 1280 Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrov.
Bottom of the second inning at Lindquist Field. It is Ogden 1, Provo 0. This Raptors broadcast brought to you in part by Ogden City Corps and Hebrew National Hot Dogs, grilling out at the Hardball Cafe in the left field corner here at Lindquist Field. And, boy, it smells really good tonight. And a good crowd on hand for this Thursday evening. Should have a spectacular crowd tomorrow. Again, there are free general admission tickets available through Coca-Cola for tomorrow night's ball game. We'll have post-game fireworks and the pregame 2003 Raptor Player Awards will be handed out. So be sure to get there early tomorrow night. Leading off for the Raptors in the second is right fielder Ryan Carter. Mike Lynch will follow, then Juan Gonzalez, and if anyone reaches, Dominique Laurie. Carter takes ball 1 down and in. Ryan Carter hitting .304, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs. Former 14th round pick out of Fort Myers, Florida. Takes a strike on the outside corner. That'll even it up at 1-1. Provo playing Carter straight up and left and center, but Jordan Renz very deep and toward the line and right, taking a pretty good sized gap in right center. There's another called strike, makes it 1-2 on Carter. And the spin, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away in the second inning. Io Pawelczyk comes up with his first strikeout of the night. And that'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Mike Lynch. Starting at first base tonight. He's done that a few times this year. First base has primarily been played by Jeff Comfort and Mike Ludwig. But Mike Lynch making his fourth start at first tonight. There's a curve and a strike, and it's 0-1 of the Raptor first baseman. Lynch hitting 191, no homers, 12 RBIs. And the one strike pitch sails high, evens up the count. Mike's father in town for this series. Made a 20-hour drive from Chicago to come see his son play. There's a pitch up and in, 2-1 on Lynch. So his dad will stick around until the end of the season, and then they'll drive back together. Foul, right field side, evens up at 2-2. I think that's a drive I'd want to make with someone else. 20 hours. That's a heck of a long drive. They did 11 one day, 9 the next. The spin, the 2-2. Lynch takes ball 3 down and in, and a full count now. One hit for the Raptors. That was a leadoff double by Alejandro Diaz, and he scored the game's only run to this point. 3-2 to Lynch. Grounded towards second base. And Nuri Almonte scoops it up to throw over to first in time, and there's 2 outs. Strikeout and a ground out brings up the third baseman, Juan Gonzalez. Brought down to the 8th spot tonight. Gonzalez had been filling that number 2 hole when Shin-Long Hu was out with his injury. So Gonzalez trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the second. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back, and the count 0-1. Gonzalez, another right-handed bat, hitting .236. No homers, 9 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That'll be a called strike. Letter high fastball on the outer half of the plate. Gonzalez now down to the count of 1-2. Gonzalez was 1 for 4 yesterday. Got his hit in the 9th inning. Takes the ball inside, goes to 1-2. So tomorrow night, finish up the regular season and the playoff start on Saturday. The 7:05 ball game in Provo. There's ball 2, a little bit low and outside. Deuces wild on Juan Gonzalez. So again, those rally caps are going here at Lindquist Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is empty. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll retire the side in the second. So Ogden goes down in order, bringing us to the 3rd inning. The Raptors still on top by a 1-0 score. You're listening to the I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Activities can be a powerful aid in bringing families together. By enrolling your youngsters in a youth activity, you're making a wise investment in your family's future. Layton Hills Baptist Church is proud to offer Wednesday night youth programs and Sunday night get-togethers. For information, call 544-2426. And be sure to bring the whole family to church on Sundays and join us in worship. That's Layton Hills Baptist Church, preaching and teaching God's Word in Jesus' name. Are you thinking about remodeling your home, adding a bay window, skylights, updating your kitchen or bath, or maybe even adding square footage? Whatever your ideas, Guy Wilkins Construction can make it happen. We have over 30 years of experience making your home improvement dreams come true. For free estimates and references, call 731-1041. That's 731-1041. Guy Wilkins Construction. No job is too large or too small. We do it all, and we want to be your general contractor.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Top after the 3rd inning, it's Ogden 1, Provo nothing. Jordan Pratt will face the bottom 3rd of the Angels lineup. It'll be Brandon Wood, Jordan Rentz, and Nuri Almonte. No runs, no hits, no errors for Provo. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors for the Raptors. One interleague game to tell you about today. The Arizona Diamondbacks defeated the Royals 6-5. Everything else taking place in either the American League or National League. So it's a lot to have one interleague game today, and it's just a 1-game series as Kansas City now heads to Anaheim for another big series with the Angels. So Brandon Wood leads off the 3rd for Provo. And want to say hello to Sonia Rondon listening tonight in Venezuela. Big fan of Luis Castillo, so Luis wants to say hi to Sonia tonight. Listening via the internet. One ball, no strikes on Brandon Wood. The wind, the pitch from Pratt. This is low and away, and it's 2-0. A couple of talented youngsters going head-to-head here. Brandon Wood, the first-round pick of the Anaheim Angels this year. Pratt, the fifth-round pick of the Dodgers. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. Brandon Wood, the designated hitter. He's batting .266. 3 home runs, 28 RBIs. In this series against Ogden. Swings and misses at a curve, and the count evens up at 2-2. Last night, Wood was 2 for 5 and drove in a team-high 3 runs. This was in Provo's 12-6 win over Ogden. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Went after a high fastball, and there's one away in the third, so Brandon Wood went into the attic, found nothing but cobwebs. And with one out, the base is empty. The number 8 hitter, Jordan Renz, comes up. Renz, the right fielder, just called up from the Arizona Rookie League last week. First pitch to him is lifted high and deep toward right center, toward Raptor Ridge. Going back, it is gone. A home run. Jordan Pratt was perfect through 7 hitters tonight, and then Jordan Renz launches one over Raptor Ridge in right center field. His first home run as a member of the Provo Angels, and it ties the game at 1 here in the third inning. 68th home run for Provo in 74 games. So nearly a home run a contest for the Angels this year. And now Anuri Almonte comes up. He pops one foul right field side, and the count goes 0-1. A towering shot by Jordan Renz. The 0-1 to Almonte. Curveball, that's a called strike, and it goes 0-2. Pratt has been right around the plate tonight with everything. Looks like he has as good a control tonight as he's had all year. Just made one mistake. There's one down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Anuri Almonte. The second baseman for Provo, hitting .217. No homers, 2 RBIs. He's played in 24 games for the Angels. He also spent some time down in the Arizona Rookie League. Bounces one off his foot. The count remains 0-2. Almonte from Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. Stands 5'11", 160. And was signed last year by the Anaheim Angels. 0-2 on Almonte. The rock and the pitch from Pratt. Curveball missing down and away, and Almonte wouldn't chase it, so it actually evens up at 2-2 now. 1-1 is our score here in the third. No one on base with 1 out. The 2-2 pitch is poked into center. That'll be a base hit. So after getting the first 7 hitters in the lineup, Jordan Pratt surrenders a home run to Jordan Renz and a base hit to Anuri Almonte, the 8-9 hitters in the lineup. So we go back to the top of the Provo lineup, and Reggie Willits will be the batter. Willits flew out to left his first time, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. Tough one to double up is Willits. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side, and he has good speed. So he'd have to hit one pretty hard in order for the Raptors to turn 2 here. And now it's a ball that's going to hit him on the inside of the back leg. Might have got him on the shins, and that is very painful, but Willits, hit by the pitch, will put runners at first and second with no one out. And now Tim Kelly, the Raptor pitching coach, will trot out to the mound to try and settle down Jordan Pratt. Pratt probably got a little bit excited. Ogden had given him a 1-run lead, and Pratt had set down the first 7 Angels he had faced tonight. And Jordan Renz home run may have shaken him up a bit. Anuri Almonte followed with a single. Now Reggie Willits hit by pitch. So Provo has runners at first and second, 1 away, and the number 2 hitter, Jose Guzman, coming up. Even though there's 1 out, you would think about bunting here. And Guzman hitting just .265. And you have Matt Pauley due up next. A left-handed batter, number 1. And number 2 has been one of Provo's best hitters all year, coming into the .338 clip. So if you bunt, you move the runners up to second and third, then a base hit from Pauley. scores 2. Guzman swings away, and he fouls it straight back. The count 0-1. Guzman grounded to third his first time. 1 run, 2 hits for Provo. 1 run, 1 hit for the Raptors. Ogden in the bottom of the third will have Dominic Lauren, Alejandro De Aza, and Chinlung Hu. The stretch from Pratt. The 0-1, the runners go, and the pitch missed inside. Throw to third base, goes into left field. Trotting home from third is Anuri Almonte. He will score. The throw goes wild, and Reggie Willits goes to third. So it goes a stolen base and an error. And Provo gets the lead back. It's now 2-1. Those are the kind of mistakes Ogden cannot afford to make in the playoffs. Provo has the best record in the league and almost a Pioneer League record for wins. They're playing a great team. Ogden has shown that they can beat this team before, but in order to do it, they're going to have to play nearly flawless defense and get good pitching. There's a fastball a little high. It's 1-0 on Jose Guzman. The pitching tonight has been pretty fair. But those were 2 costly throws for the Raptors. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, evens it up at 2-2 on Jose Guzman. Provo gets the lead, 2-1. Infield playing in with Willits at third and 1 away. And the count even 2-2 on Jose Guzman. The stretch, the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Guzman late on a fastball, and there's 2 outs in the third. Jordan Pratt has recorded 3 strikeouts tonight. Not really recorded big strikeout numbers this year. His high was 5 Ks in 4 innings of work against Idaho Falls back on August the 5th. Matt Pauley, the hitter, runner at third, 2 down. Provo leading 2-1 in the third inning. And a fastball missing high. It's 1-0. Couple of finals already in the American League. The Tigers beat the Indians 2-1, and the Orioles topped the Athletics 7-5. There's a ball. It's going to scoot past Russell Martin. That'll score another run on a passed ball. And the Raptor crowd getting very restless here tonight. This city just itching for a championship. This is the 10th year the Raptors have been in Ogden. Kind of hard to believe it's been that long. But they have yet to win the Pioneer League championship. There's a ground ball to second. Should end the inning. Dominic Lauren comes up with it. Throws to first in time. That'll retire the side. But Provo gets 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, no one left. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Hey fans, a good way to protect your car, home, or business from sun exposure and crime is to have your windows tinted. Window tinting is easy and affordable through Performance Tint and Customizing. For fast, free estimates backed by 10 years of experience and a lifetime warranty, call 801-223-9418. Performance Tint also specializes in leather interiors, mobile video, and car audio systems. Performance Tint and Customizing in Orem, Utah County's window tinting specialist.
Hey fans, are you looking for a good car? Have previous credit problems? Need a second chance? Then have we got a deal for you. We're New Deal Used Cars, and we can help you with your credit problems. We feature a great selection of reliable used cars and friendly, courteous service, guaranteed. We finance our own loans, which means you'll buy with us and pay with us with simple, easy terms you can live with. New Deal Used Cars. Let us put you in a vehicle today at 3213 Wall Avenue in Ogden. With interest rates changing fast.
Welcome back to 1280 The Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrano.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Ogden now trailing by a 3-1 score. With 1 out in the third, Jordan Rentz for Provo hit a home run to right field. Then Anuri Almonte followed with a single. Reggie Willits was hit by a pitch. And on a double steal, Russell Martin threw wildly into left field. That scored 1 run and moved Reggie Willits to third base. Then a passed ball allowed Willits to score from third. And so there you have a sloppy third inning, giving Provo the lead. 3-1 Angels leading off for the Raptors in the bottom of the third now will be their number 9 hitter, Dominic Lauren. He'll be followed by Alejandro De Aza and Chin-Lung Hu. First pitch to Lauren, sails high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Lauren right on the Mendoza line. He's batting exactly 200. 1 home run, 11 RBIs. A hot shot just found down the third base line. The count evens at a ball and a strike. Dominic Lauren has been nursing a sore knee for a while now. Considering that, he's played very solidly for the Raptors of late. He's been a good utility man in the middle infield. He's played second and short for the Raptors. Middle of the season, July and the first part of August, Dominic was hitting the ball very well. The last 3 weeks or so, he's been in a rather nasty slump. There's a ball 2 inside on Dominic Lauren. Lauren hitting a little bit better against Provo than he is overall. There's a line drive towards center and a base hit for Dominic Lauren leading off the third inning. So as if to prove my point, he hits a leadoff single here in the third. And that will bring up Alejandro De Aza. Certainly no one struggling on the Raptors as much as De Aza. Although he did lead off the first inning with a double and score a run, he still just has 4 hits in his last 27 at-bats. About a 127 batting average. So Lauren at first, no one out. De Aza the batter. Provo guarding against the bunt. De Aza will bunt, but found down the third base line, and it goes 0-1. To sneak one in. But even had that been fair, would have been right at Matt Brown, and as hard as it was bunted, De Aza would have been out relatively easily. No balls and a strike on the Raptors center fielder. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Ogden not quite at full strength. They still have to finish up their suspensions from the brawl in Casper about a month ago. Toss to first. Back safely is Lauren. Throwing off the Raptors' rotation a little bit. Their first few lineups in this series have not been their best lineups. Even still, I don't think we expected Ogden to lose the first 5 games of this series. Kowalczyk comes set. The 0-1 is a curve and a called strike. De Aza now down on the count 0-2. Pretty good curveball from Kyle Kowalczyk that time. He got off to a rocky start, but has settled down nicely. Allowed just 2 hits tonight. 1 walk. He struck out 2. And now the 0-2 to De Aza. Grounded towards third. Backhanded by Brown. Throws to first in time. What a play by Matt Brown. That was a very difficult play, and I don't think it looked as hard as it actually was. Brown was playing just on the edge of the grass, but well off the line at third. And De Aza hit a bouncing ball right down the line. So Brown all the way over directly to third base, backhand that ball, and in the same motion, he got rid of it and made a strong throw to first to get De Aza easily. So he made a very difficult play look very easy. Here's Chin-Lung Hu with a runner at second and 1 out. Takes the fastball high, and it's 1-0. Couldn't get Chin-Lung Hu back in the lineup before the playoffs. He's missed in the last 4 ball games. So now you give him today and tomorrow to get that groove back heading into the postseason. You wouldn't want to try and bring him in straight off the bench into a playoff situation. Don't want to bring him in cold like that. The hitter especially want to have some kind of a rhythm. And if you haven't been playing in a game for about a week, you're not going to have that rhythm. The 2-0 to Hu. And it's a called strike on the outside corner, bringing it to 2-1. Chin-Lung Hu drew a walk his first time. Been one of the hotter Raptor hitters. He has a base hit in 16 out of his last 18 ball games. Kowalczyk spins, looks Lauren back to second. Wong Hu raised his average from 272 to 294 over that stretch. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hu went after a high fastball, and it evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. From the bottom of the third at Lindquist Field for Provo, 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. For the Raptors, 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. 2-2 the count on Wong Hu. The stretch, the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Hu went after a fastball low and outside, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Kyle Pawelczyk. And that's a ball that, if he's been playing a few days in a row, might not chase that one. So here's Xavier Paul, 2 outs, and Dominic Lauren at second, trying to come home and bring the Raptors back into this one. Provo leading at 3-1. Xavier Paul lined to center his last time, was a sacrifice fly to bring home Ogden's only run of the night so far. Outfield plays him straight up and deep. Pawelczyk to the belt. And his first pitch to Paul is down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Xavier tried to call time, didn't get it from the plate umpire Tim Dodd. And then watched the breaking ball drop over the plate by Kyle Pawelczyk. Another final in the American League. The Devil Rays shut out the Mariners 1-0. Now time called by Xavier Paul. That time he did get it in time. In the National League, the Marlins beat the Pirates 5-1. And the Cubbies, a big win over the Cardinals 7-6. So the Cubs move a game or a half game ahead of St. Louis in the National League Central race. The ball's 1 strike on Xavier Paul. Now he'll swing and miss to the slider. He's down to the count 0-2. Pawelczyk staying down and away from this left-handed hitter. For Xavier Paul, you get a pitch like that, you want to try and take it to left field. Take what the pitcher's giving you. All you need is a single here. There are 2 outs. And Dominic Lauren with average speed, so he should score on a base hit in this situation. The stretch in the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll retire the side in the third. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
With interest rates changing faster than a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, now's the time to examine your mortgage. By refinancing, you can lower your interest rate and monthly payments. Just call Aspen Mortgage, with offices in American Fork and Payson. They offer FHA and conventional loans for purchases, refinances, debt consolidation, and home improvements. Approval just takes 1 hour. So call 756-7434 or 465-9400. Aspen Mortgage in your yellow pages. Financing the American dream, one home at a time.
You're locked on to 1280 The Sports Zone. KCNS Salt Lake City, Ogden, Provo. A Simmons Media Station.
In baseball, the catcher protects home plate, helping the home team win. When it comes to your home or office, you win with the protection you get from Alert Alarms. They're proud to provide all your security needs. They specialize in residential and commercial systems, including burglar, fire, and video cameras. Serving all of the Provo area, Alert Alarm is #1 in customer service. So call them today at 802-0707. That's Alert Alarm. Find them in your Provo Yellow Pages.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Welcome back. We're in the top half of the 4th inning. Provo 3, Ogden 1. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Lynn Woodward Electric and Chevalier Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Ogden Raptors. Well, Jordan Pratt will face the middle third of the Provo lineup here in the 4th inning. Jordan started out the game in brilliant fashion, retiring the first 7 hitters he faced. But then Jordan Rentz launched a home run, and Nuri Almonte singled, and it kind of fell apart from there. Reggie Willits was hit by a pitch on a double steal. The ball was thrown into left field. That scored 1 run. A pass ball later scored another run. So now Pratt down in this one by a 3-1 score. Only one of those runs in the third was an earned run. There's Matt Brown to lead off the fourth inning, and he takes the fastball down and away. It's 1-0. Jordan Pratt has faced Provo a couple of times this year. In fact, his first appearance of the season was against the Angels. Breaking ball down and away, it's 2-0. They touched him up for 3 runs in a single inning in his professional debut. Faced him again in the middle of July, gave up 6 runs in 3 innings. And then his last time out, gave up 7 runs in 4 1/3. So Provo has hit him well all season. There's a strike call, makes it 2-1. Coming in, Pratt was 0-2 against the Angels, an ERA of 12.96. Here's the line to 2-1 to Brown. Fly ball toward right field, fairly well hit, but that one will drop right on top of the Kimberly Clark dugout. Another fine feature of Lindquist Field. It's a playground, entirely enclosed by a chain link fence, and then there's a tarp on top so that foul balls can't drop in there. Great place for the young kids to go and burn some energy during these 2.5, 3-hour ball games. 2-2 pitch. Missed inside, spun Matt Brown around, and the count goes 3-2 now on the third baseman for the Angels. Brown 0 for 1, flew out to center his first time. Back centered all the way to the warning track. Full count, bases empty. Down and away, ball 4. So Jordan Pratt issues his first walk of the night. And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Ryan Kenning. 1 on, no 1 out. Provo with a 2-run lead. And Ogden trying to keep it close. Well, in the top of the ninth, the Phillies leading the Mets 5-4. So if Philadelphia hangs on to win that one, they would again be tied with the Marlins for the top spot in the race for the National League wild card. Raptors parent club, the Dodgers, are not in action tonight. On a light schedule in Major League Baseball this evening. No balls, 1 strike on Ryan Kenning. Pratt checks the runner. There he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throw to second base. Well in time. Matt Brown caught stealing for the 3rd time this year. It goes 2-6. Chin Lung Hu applying the tag. And there's 1 away in the 4th inning. That's a nice lift for the Raptors. Meanwhile, it's 0-2 on Ryan Kenning. Kenning was a strikeout victim his first time. Now the line from Pratt, the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 at the outside corner. There's 2 outs in the 4th inning. Of course, his 4th strikeout of the night. And that'll bring up the 6th hitter, Michael Collins. The Raptors had quite a shift on Ryan Kenning as well. Playing him to pull toward right. But they didn't have to worry about it as Pratt got the strikeout. So 2 outs, no 1 on. Collins the hitter, and he'll take a fastball inside. It's 1-0. Michael Collins grounded a short in his first at-bat, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. 1-0. Swinging him in, late on a fastball, evens it up, and a ball and a strike. And Jordan Pratt, again, really, for the most part, has thrown as well tonight as he has at any point this season. And especially live arms tonight. Here's the 1-1. Swinging him in, 1-2 on Collins. Jordan perhaps realizing this may be his last start of the year, unless Ogden is able to make the championship round in the playoffs. And Jordan is giving it his all tonight. And really a strong effort for the right-hander. 1-2 pitch. Curve, swinging a miss, strike 3. Russell Martin will have to throw him out at first on the drop third strike. And he does the trick to retire the side. A 3-up, 3-down inning. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Did you know that 70% of all accidents occur at home? How prepared are you in case of an emergency? Z Medical can provide you not only with the highest quality first aid products, but critical training so you'll know how to use them in an emergency. From hiking and biking waterproof kits for your watercraft, Z Medical is your neighborhood first aid and safety expert. Call 800-224-3221 or visit them east of the Olympic Oval off 5400 South in Kearns.
Z Medical, reminding you to be safe so you can have fun out there this summer.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by SurfUtah.net. Surf the net with SurfUtah.net. By Harvest Health Foods, the healthy alternative. By Music to the Max. Why look somewhere else when we have it? By Arizona Tint. We've got you made in the shade. And by Z Medical. We are America's first aid and safety experts.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Bottom of the fourth for the Ogden Raptors will be their cleanup hitter, Russell Martin. Andy LaRoche to follow, then Ryan Carter, and if anyone gets on, Mike Lynch. Ogden trailing Provo 3-1. The lefty Kyle Pawelczyk stays on the mound to face that middle third of the Raptor lineup. This game brought to you in part by Herrick Industrial and Mountain Medical Imaging. A couple more fine sponsors of Raptors baseball this year. A surprisingly good crowd tonight. Weren't sure what kind of crowd we would get after these last 5 games between Ogden and Provo. But it's the next to last regular season home game, and a fantastic crowd has shown up tonight. There's Russell Martin to lead off the fourth. Then he won the left, the base hit. Martin continues to hit the ball well, and a solid single to left field starts out the fourth inning. So now the 5-batter, Andy LaRoche, comes up. Coming into this one, the Raptors had been averaging a league best 3,362 fans a contest. So I'd say tonight will be at least that mark, perhaps more. And tomorrow night, the park should be packed. Andy LaRoche takes ball 1 outside. So if you're planning on picking up or using those free general admission tickets courtesy of Coca-Cola, and make sure you want to get here early. The gates open at 6 tomorrow. And we will be handing out the player awards before the ball game as well. So even more incentive to get to Lindquist Field early tomorrow night. And the playoff starts Saturday, 7:05, the first pitch in Provo on Saturday. And then we return back to Lindquist Field on Sunday for a 4 o'clock matchup. The 1-0 to LaRoche. This is down and away, and it's 2-0. Then if necessary, game 3 of the series would also be in Ogden. Provo is not able to play home games on Sunday at their home ballpark because they are on the campus at BYU. So that's why the Raptors ended up with what is essentially home field advantage. There's a pitch down and in, 3-0 on Andy LaRoche. That worked out fairly well for the Raptors, but honestly, I think Ogden matches up better with Provo at Miller Field. There's a strike, makes it 3-1. And the reason why is that Lindquist Field is much more home run friendly. And Provo is averaging about a home run a ball game. They have nearly twice as many home runs this year as Ogden. So by playing at Miller Field, you tend to take away that aspect of their game. It's not a home run friendly park. There have been a few hit out this year at Miller Field, but the ball just doesn't carry all that well there for some reason. It's a pretty good size. The ball just doesn't carry well. 3-1 to LaRoche. High ball 4, and the Raptors have runners at first and second, no one out in the fourth inning. But if you pitch well enough, then it shouldn't matter all that much. If you can keep the Angels off the bases, then you're fine either place you play. There's Ryan Carter. Runners at first and second, no one out. Carter struck out swinging his first time, so he's trying to put the ball in play and help Ogden get their lead back. They led 1-0. Now they trail 3-1. Kowalczyk to the belt. Curveball and a strike call on Ryan Carter. It's 0-1. Carter has been up and down for the Raptors. At times, he has been red hot. And when he is red hot, he's easily the best hitter on the team. But more recently, he's been ice cold. There's a ball down and in, evens it up at 1-1. Raptors would love to get Ryan Carter hot into the playoffs because he is the type of hitter that can carry a team once he gets that way. Now, the day off yesterday, on Tuesday, he was 2 for 4 with a single, a triple, and a run scored. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball down and in around the knees. And he couldn't connect on it. Tonight does begin the NFL season, and at the end of the first, the Jets, well, actually in the second quarter now, the Redskins lead the Jets 10-7. Here's a swing and a miss by Carter for strike 3. And there's one away in the fourth inning. Kowalczyk gets his 5th strikeout. That'll bring up Mike Lynch. Russell Martin at second. Andy LaRoche at first. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Ogden trailing 3-1. Lynch grounded to second his first time, so he is 0 for 1 tonight. Now Kowalczyk to the belt. Checks Martin at second. And the pitch to Lynch. Curve, miss, no, called strike, and it goes to 0-1. That was certainly a pitcher's call. Breaking ball in the outer half of the plate. Really not much Lynch could have done with that one. Here's a spin, and they look Martin back to second base. Lynch now just 2 out of 20 against Provo this year. That's a 100 average. So about half of what his season average is. The stretch from Kowalczyk to 1-strike pitch. Swing, and that one missed, evening up the count at a ball and a strike. In the bottom of the fourth, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Provo. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Raptors. Lynch takes a changeup and a strike call in the outside corner. Makes it 1-2 now. Lynch, a big right-handed hitter, is yet to hit a home run this season. He's one that certainly has the potential to do so. And if he could crank one here, Ogden would regain the lead. Those 2 strikes. Not going to be taking those home run hacks. He knows right now he just needs a single. And he'd have a great chance to score Martin from second. Well, Martin is a catcher. He runs very well. The 1-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and there's 2 away in the fourth inning. And Mike Lynch had some words to the plate umpire as he heads back into the dugout. Jim Dodd took off his face mask and gave it right back to him. Well, Kowalczyk has had some key strikeouts tonight. The runner at second and 1 away in the third. He struck out the next 2 batters to end the inning. With 2 on here in the fourth, he struck out 2 batters in a row. So it's up to Juan Gonzalez to bring home the run. Kowalczyk spins off the mound, looks Martin back to second again. Gonzalez struck out swinging his first time. So he's 0 for 1 tonight. Now the stretch in the pitch. Gonzalez lines one into center field. Reggie Willits has the beat, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Well hit, but right at the center fielder, Willits. No runs on a hit, no errors, 2 men left. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Ball players will tell you the only way to make the All-Star team is to give 100% 100% of the time. Why expect anything less from your auto? The professionals at Computune are Provo's foremost and friendliest automotive specialists. From routine oil changes to major overhauls, you'll appreciate the attention to detail and courtesy in every job they do. That's Computune, your complete automotive service and repair center. Give them a call at 374-0775. They're the All-Stars of the auto repair industry.
Hey, contractors, next time you get ready to dig it, bust it, plant it, count on Cat's new line of compact machines and work tools to get the job done. Featuring skid steers, mini excavators, compact wheel loaders, and more. All built Cat tough for the guys who get their hands dirty. So go ahead, load it, drill it, haul it. Because now you can count on Cat for all your equipment needs.
Visit a Wheeler Machinery Cat rental store near you or call 1-800-RENT-CAT. Again, that's 1-800-RENT-CAT.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
After the fifth inning, it's Provo 3, Ogden 1. Jordan Pratt back on the bump to face the bottom third of the Provo lineup. The bunt that gave him some troubles back in the third inning. Other than that, he has handled the Provo lineup very well tonight. One of the more impressive outings for Jordan Pratt this year. The young man the Dodgers are very high on. He has excellent pure stuff. But again, he's very young, just 18 years old. They think that once he, first of all, fills out his frame, and then second of all, matures, gets the mental part of the game down, he has a chance to be an excellent piece of the Dodgers' future. Wouldn't be too surprised if we see Jordan Pratt back here again next year. And he'd only be 10 years old. And he has a year of experience under him. There's a ball going behind the back of Brandon Wood in the count 1-0. It'll be pitches like that the Dodgers are trying to eliminate. That one slipped out of his hand and went behind the back of the hitter. Normally, you'd think that a guy had done that on purpose, but not the case with Pratt. There's a curve down and away, and it goes to 2-0. The crowd getting on the plate umpire, Tim Dobbs, wanting that call for the youngster Pratt. Here's the 2-0. Up the outside corner, brings it to 2-1 now. Jordan Pratt, a fifth-round pick this year. His high school ball in Oregon. There's a fastball, another strike call, evens it at 2-2. He does have a live arm, and they expect him only to get stronger and to throw even harder as he gets older. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Brandon Wood says that's hard enough, thank you very much, as he could not catch up with the fastball. There's one away in the fifth inning. That's twice tonight that Jordan Pratt has struck out Wood on a high fastball. That's 6 strikeouts for Pratt, a new career high for the right-handed. 1 out, bases empty. Jordan Rentz, the hitter. He'll take the curve down and away, 1-0. Rentz clubbed a home run over Raptor Ridge in right center field his last time up. It was his first home run for Provo. He's been with the team a week. The ball a little bit low, goes 2-0. For those of you that don't know, Ridge is a section of the outfield here that juts in from right center field. It's in at an angle instead of straight out or curved as it normally is. There's a ground ball to second. Lauren throws out Renz. There's 2 away. So it's closer to home than anywhere else in the league in right center, but it's also a 24-foot high fence. So you really have to get it up in the air and deep to get it out of here. Still, it is an enticing area, especially for left-handed hitters. See a lot of doubles and even a few triples hit off that wall. If you don't play the carom right, it'll squirt away from you, and with a good base runner, can certainly be a triple. A great base runner with just the right carom could even see an inside-the-park home run. There's the ball down and away, evens it up on Almonte, 1-1. 2 outs, bases empty here in the fifth. Ogden trailing Provo 3-1. Pratt spins and deals. Foul ball, 1-2. I actually saw an inside-the-park grand slam home run in this league. That was back when we played in Butte. And in Butte, Montana, they had a center field fence that went 450 feet from home. Ball down and away. Deuces wild on Almonte here in the fifth. So the bases were full, and the Milwaukee Brewers' #1 draft pick, Dave Krenzel, who is a speedy outfielder, slapped one into center, came all the way around for a grand slam. Bouncing ball up the middle, and colliding are Chin-Lung Hu and Dominic Lawrence. So it'll be an infield hit for Anuri Almonte. That was a bouncing ball right behind second base. Lauren and Hu both going after it. They bumped into each other. Both fell down. Lauren a little slow to get up. But it looks like he's okay. He's been a little banged up anyway. But it looks like he's fine, so he'll stay in and no longer showing any ill effects of the collision. So Almonte on first with 2 outs, and now to the top of the lineup for Reggie Willits. Pratt from the stretch, and he'll toss to first, back safely as Almonte. Jordan Pratt has not thrown out of the stretch very much tonight. Just 4 base runners outside of the home run. One of those was not stealing anyway. Pratt checks the runner, and again he'll throw to first. His time is called by Reggie Willits. Almonte with 5 stolen bases. He's been caught twice, and with the leadoff hitter at the plate, wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Tom Kochman, the Provo manager, go ahead and send his base runner. If you steal it, you have a man in scoring position. If he's thrown out, you have your leadoff hitter starting off the next inning. There's a fastball strike with the letters, and it's 0-1. Almonte was holding up for now. Three runs, 3 hits for Provo. 1 run, 3 hits for the Raptors. In the top half of the 5th here at Lindquist Field in downtown Ogden. Another throw to first, and again Almonte back safely. Raptors and Angels finish up the regular season tomorrow night here in Ogden. Game time 7 o'clock, and you can catch it on 1660 KXOL. There's a liner foul, left field side. Now Willits behind in the count, 0-2. This might not be a bad place to send Almonte. You don't want Willits to strike out. So you might go ahead and send Almonte here as kind of a preemptive strike for the final out of the inning. That is, if he's even thrown out. The 0-2, they'll stay with him, and the pitch missed upstairs to go to a ball and 2 strikes. Some action starting now in the Provo bullpen. Michel Simard loosening up. We thought that he might start tomorrow night's game, but apparently that's no longer the case. Throw to first, and Almonte back safely. That tells me that Tom Kochman thinks that he can use Simard out of the bullpen sometime during that first-round series. And Simard threw so well against Ogden on Sunday, it's probably not a bad idea. There goes the runner. The 1-2 pitch missed outside. The throw to second base is in time to retire the side. Tremendous throw by Russell Martin, and Chin-Long Hu didn't have to move his glove to make the tag. Still got to retire the side in the 5th. No runs on a hit, no errors, no one left. We're halfway through the contest. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
This season, savor the sweet taste of victory with a fine cigar. With the Raptors in hot pursuit of the Pioneer League Championship, more fans are coming to Smokies for a fine selection of domestic and imported premium cigars. Smokies is a full-service tobacconist featuring a complete line of pipes, bulk tobaccos, and accessories. Locally owned and operated, and open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Saturday. Get your victory cigars at Smokies.
Smokies, taking this opportunity to salute our armed forces. In baseball, speed around the bases is crucial. The same is true when it comes to your internet. SurfUtah.net offers all types of dial-up and high-speed internet connections, starting at only $14.95 per month. Compare that to AOL or MSN, and you're saving 40%. SurfUtah.net can get you connected at home or at work. Call toll-free 888-860-SURF. Low flat rates and fast, unlimited access. It's all yours when you surf the net with SurfUtah.net.
Welcome back to 1280 The Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrona.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th of the Raptors will be the number 9 hitter, Dominic Lauren. Alejandro De Azu to follow, then Chin-Long Hu. And if anyone reaches, Xavier Paul. Provo 3, Ogden 1. The Raptors trying to scratch back in this one and try and pick up a victory in this series. They dropped 5 straight to the Angels. after beating them the last two times they had faced them coming into the series. Ogden had won games by scores of 15-3 and 9-3, but it has not gone that way in this series. Dominic Lauren takes ball one way high, sails all the way to the backstop, and it's 1-0. Michael Collins, the Provo catcher, tried to hop out of his stance to make that stop, but he couldn't get through it. So Lauren, the batter, he singled to center his first time up tonight. Now takes the ball a little low. It's 2-0. Lauren hitting .238 against Provo. His lone home run has come against the Angels, as well as 3 RBIs. Takes the strike, and it goes to 2-1. Action starting in the Raptor bullpen now. Left-hander Chuck Tiffany getting up. He was the second-round pick of the Dodgers this year. The pop foul by Lauren. The count evens up at 2-2. Lauren, the right-handed batter against the lefty Pawelczyk. 2-2 pitch. Way high and outside. Ball 3. Another one gets away from Pawelczyk. He let 2 balls get away from him that have sailed way high and outside of the reach of a catcher, and just straight to the backstop. Full count on the Raptors second baseman. The spin and the pitch. Fly ball toward right field. Could be trouble, and it's going to drop foul by a few feet. So the count remains 3-2 on Lauren. Hit it in a good spot, but it just dropped foul. So 3-2. And the series continues tomorrow night right here. And you can pick up your free general admission tickets at any Ogden area convenience stores that carry Coca-Cola. I think they all do. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's one away in the 5th inning. Pawelczyk racking up the strikeouts tonight. That's 7 for the left-hander. And we're not through the 5th inning yet. Now to the top of the Raptor lineup, and Alejandro De Aza. De Aza doubled and scored back in the first. He grounded out to third his last time up. De Aza, a left-handed batter, takes a curve and a strike. It's 0-1. 5'11", 182 pounds, out of La Romana of the Dominican Republic. No balls, 1 strike. De Aza calls time as Pawelczyk takes too long getting the signal from Collins. Michel Simard continues to throw in the Provo bullpen. And now the 0-1 missed away, evens up the count, and a ball and a strike. Well, a final in Toronto. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays 3-2. Kareem Garcia went 3 for 4 in that one. Here's the ball up and in, 2-1 now on De Aza. Phillies did hold on to beat the Mets 6-5. All 3 high and in, 3-1 on Alejandro De Aza. So the Phillies and Marlins are tied now for the top spot in the National League wild card race. 3-1 pitch. Down the middle for a strike and a full count on Alejandro De Aza. Ogden scored their only run in the first. Provo scored all 3 of their runs in the third. That's our score now, 3-1 Angels. 3-2 pitch. Hook for short, a 1-hopper, knocked down by Guzman, guns the first, and it's in time to beat De Aza for out number 2. Nice scoop by Guzman at short. That was a well-hit liner. 1-hopped him and made it an away-type catch. Got rid of it in a hurry to beat De Aza to first base. So 2 outs, no one on, and now Chin Long Hu comes up. Kyle Pawelczyk has retired 5 straight Raptors. Chin Long fouls one off first base side, and it goes to 0-1. Chin Long Hu 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out tonight. Fouls off another pitch on the right field side. That's where the police car actually driving down the alley in right. See a lot of broken glasses around this ballpark, but that's one you probably don't want to go after. Here's the spin, the 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Actually, that was an 0-2 pitch, so that's strike 3. And that'll retire the side in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
The Ogden Raptors are going back to the future for 2003. Get your tickets now as the Raptors celebrate their 10th anniversary in Ogden. They are now back with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and that past relationship has brought even greater excitement for the future. Help the Raptors celebrate their 10th anniversary by calling 801-393-2400. Tickets start at just $5 for adults and $3 for children. Call today, 801-393-2400, or visit us online at www.ogden-raptors.com. The family birthplace at Ogden Regional Medical Center has earned a 5-star rating from the Health Grade, an independent, nationally recognized organization. A 5-star rating means Ogden Regional is ranked #1 in northern Utah and in the top 15% in the nation in obstetrics. As the only single-room maternity care center in Weber and Davis counties, you now have choices in childbirth. Experience our family-centered care for yourself. Ogden Regional is also proud to be recognized as one of the 100 top hospitals in America.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors, the I-15 series, on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Top half of the 6th inning at Lindquist Field in Ogden. It is Provo 3, Ogden 1. The Angels will bat their top 3 hitters against Jordan Pratt here in the 6th. This game brought to you in part by the Welch Agency. The Welch Agency is offering all 2003 Raptor fans a free home warranty with any real estate purchase or sale throughout the end of this year. Just mention this radio ad when calling your realtor friends at the Welch Agency. Their number is 399-5883. That's 399-5883. Step up to the plate with the Welch Agency and let the #1 real estate team bring you home. Hitting off for Provo in the 6th is their center fielder, Reggie Willits. Jose Guzman to follow, then Nat Povey. And if anyone gets on, Matt Brown. Willits 0 for 1 today. Jordan Pratt a little uncomfortable on the mound. He's going to bring Russell Martin back out to have a quick word with him. I think he's having difficulty picking up the signs. And as it is not completely dark yet, it can be a little difficult. Yeah, it's apparently exactly what it was, as Russell Martin runs his fingers over the chalk on the baseline, hoping that Pratt can pick it up a little bit better with that chalk. Here's the line and the pitch. Bouncer foul down the third base line, up into the stands, and it goes 0-1. Willits flew out to left in the first inning. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run his last time up in the third. Willits is switch hitter, so he's going from the left side against the right-hander Pratt. And a breaking ball. Didn't break much. Stayed high and outside, and it evens up at 1-1. Three to 1 Provo. 1-1 pitch to Willits. High for ball 2. And the Angels had a 3-run third. Ogden scored their lone run in the first inning. Jordan Pratt has thrown a brilliant game tonight. Just a few mistakes in the third. That's about it. Here's a tapper, and it evens up at 2-2 as it goes foul. Jordan Pratt has faced the minimum in 4 out of 5 innings tonight. Easily his most successful stretch of the season. And he does have a career high 6 strikeouts. There's a hot shot to second. Grabbed by Lauren on the hop to throw to first in time, and Willits retired for out number 1 in the 6th. The smoking line drive, but Dominic Lauren had him played just right. And he picked it off to throw out Willits. Now Jose Guzman comes up. For those interested, the Redskins lead the Jets 13-7 at halftime. This ball 1 on Jose Guzman, who is flashing bunt. Guzman hitless in 2 tonight. Grounded to third in the first. He struck out swinging in the third inning. The 1-0 from Pratt. Little high. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, how about this first half from Patrick Ramsey for the Redskins? 12 of 13 passes. 156 yards and a touchdown. The 2-0. Line drive deep to center. Back goes Deaza on his horse. It's over his head and a one-hopper off the wall. Guzman racing into second. He may try for third. Here comes the relay throw. It is not in time, and a one-out triple for Guzman. Well, he ripped one to center. They were not playing in deep, and he got all of that one. And Guzman, with tremendous speed, able to stretch it into a triple. So he's at third with one away. And now Matt Pauley coming up. Might do it for Jordan Pratt. Travis Barbary, the Raptor manager, going out to the mound. He has a left-hander in the bullpen, and it looks like Travis is going to go ahead and bring in the lefty. This pitching change sponsored in part by AOL. If you're looking for a career change, visit AOL in Ogden. They are now hiring. Be back after this to tell you about the new pitcher for the Raptors. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should, because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you and our employees get to help every member some way, somehow. That's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise. So isn't it fair to say that you'll need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of, would I love to learn more about it? Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today, or visit our website at AOL.com/careers. Member retention, consultant opportunities, an equal opportunity employer.
We're back in the top half of the sixth inning. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. New pitcher for the Raptors will be Chuck Tiffany, a left-hander from Covina, California. Tiffany checks in at 6'1", 200 pounds. He's an 18-year-old drafted in the second round this year by the Los Angeles Dodgers out of Charter Oaks High School. So Chuck Tiffany will be facing the left-handed hitting Matt Pauley with the man at third and one out. Ogden trailing 3-1 in the sixth. This will be just the third appearance for Tiffany this year. He has thrown one inning in each of his previous two appearances. No record, no saves. In 2 innings, he's allowed 2 hits and 2 runs. Walked 1 while striking out 3. In fact, he got all 3 of those strikeouts in his appearance against Provo the other night. And that was on Monday in the Angels' 11-2 win. Chuck Tiffany gave up 1 run. With the man at second and 2 outs, Howard Kendrick got a base hit to left to drive in that run against Tiffany. But again, he had 3 strikeouts in that one, so it's still very impressive. Infield in, Matt Pauley at the plate. He'll take a fastball inside, and it's 1-0. Pauley hitless in 2. He fouled out to third base in the first inning, and he grounded out to second his last time up. Pops it up into shallow center. This could be trouble because the infield was in. Chin-Lung Hu goes back at short, makes the catch, and that will hold the runner at third. Tough play for Chin-Lung Hu, but we have come to expect him to make those tough plays. 2 outs now, and the cleanup hitter, Matt Brown, comes up. Handing out our player awards tomorrow, and I got to say, Chin-Lung Hu is the odds-on favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. He has been just brilliant this season. 2 outs, Guzman at third, the cleanup hitter Brown at the plate. Chuck Tiffany deals, and it's a fastball a little bit high, 1-0 the count. Tiffany will go fastball, curve, and change. He actually throws 2 different fastballs, one a 2-seamer and one a 4-seamer. Good life on both of them. There's that curveball. Drops in for a strike on the inside corner. Evens it up in 1-1. Tiffany more of a finesse pitcher than the Raptors' first-rounder Chad Billingsley. Billingsley mainly deals with that 95-mile-an-hour fastball and a tight slider. He's ball 2 outside, 2-1. But Tiffany is expected to be just as much of a prospect, just as effective. The stretch from Tiffany, the 1-1. Swing and a foul tip goes to 1-2 now on Matt Brown. We have an update from Billings. The Billings Mustangs are leading the Great Falls White Sox 5-2. So if Billings hangs on, then the Mustangs are in the playoffs, even though they are 6 games below 500 in the second half. Deuce is wild on Brown. Oh, there's ball 3 just inside and a full count on the cleanup hitter. Good-looking fastball from Tiffany. Couldn't quite catch the black. So we'll try it again here. Full count with 2 away and a man at third. And Brown takes ball 4 down and in. So that'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs and bring up Ryan Kenning. Kenning another left-handed bat, so this might work out pretty well for the Raptors. He had Brown, the number 2 RBI man in the league, and a right-handed hitter at the plate with a runner at third and 2 outs. So you pitch around him a little bit. Go ahead and put him on. And bring up the number 5 hitter, Ryan Kenning. He's a left-handed batter. He's had a tough night, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Kenning's batting average about the same. Home runs about the same as Brown. He has 15 fewer RBIs. And again, you have the lefty-lefty matchup, which will work in the Raptors' favor. Tiffany to the belt. Checks the runner. Now the pitch. Curveball and a called strike. It's 0-1. Chuck Tiffany had signed with Cal State Fullerton, but when he was taken in the second round by the Dodgers, there wasn't much chance he was going to go. He was going pro all the way. There's a swing and a miss. Goes to 0-2 on Kenny. Especially since Tiffany had the lifelong dream of pitching for the Dodgers. In fact, he once met Tommy Lasorda in the airport when Chuck was, I think, 13 or 14. And he told Tommy, hey, I'm going to pitch for the Dodgers one day. Sure enough, L.A. takes him in the second round this year. And he certainly is a bright-looking star. 0-2 on Ryan Kenning. Runners at first and third, 2 out. Ogden trying to keep it a 2-run game. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. That retires the side in the 6th inning. A big strikeout for Chuck Tiffany. No runs on a hit, no errors. 2 men left for Provo. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Have you visited the Raptors website? Log on to www.ogden-raptors.com for all the latest news and stats on your favorite Raptor players. Plus, backed by popular demand are the Raptor reviews. Check in with Team President Dave Baggett and radio announcer Brian Petrata as they offer their unique take on this summer's movies. Be sure to sound off on our message board, order Raptors merchandise, and participate in our fan poll. You can even purchase tickets online. Log on today at www.ogden-raptors.com. Ogden Regional Medical Center, long known for compassionate care, has been named as one of the 100 top hospitals in America by an independent, nationally respected health information firm. Ogden Regional has also earned 12 5-star ratings in obstetrics, cardiology, neuroscience, and pulmonary respiratory care from Healthgrade, another national rating firm. 5-star ratings place Ogden Regional in the top 15% in the nation. At Ogden Regional, you can be assured you're receiving some of the best care possible.
Welcome back to 1280 Z Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrata.
Michelle Simard will come into the ballgame for Provo now as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels leading the Raptors 3-1. Simard, 6'3", 198. He's a 21-year-old from Quebec City in Canada. Drafted in the 25th round last year out of St. Petersburg College. He was a teammate of Mike White, Raptors reliever. So Michel Simard will be facing the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Raptors lineup. Simard this year is 4-1, an ERA of 2.12. This will be only his second relief appearance. He has made 10 starts for Provo this year. Simard in 51 innings has struck out 51, and he's walked only 12. Meanwhile, opponents hitting just 221 against his right-hander. And Simard made the start against the Raptors on Sunday and was just as brilliant there as those numbers might suggest. Simard went 5 innings, allowed just 4 hits, no runs. He didn't walk anyone, and he struck out 8. So Simard threw very well on Sunday, and now Provo hoping that he can finish this one out, or at least keep the Raptors bats at bay here in the 6th, as there is still activity in the Provo bullpen. So Xavier Paul will lead off the 6th inning. He's 0 for 1 with his sacrifice fly. Takes the fastball strike, and it's 0-1. Xavier Paul has driven in the Raptors' only run tonight. Minor foul, left field side, and it's 0-2. Paul struck out his last time up for the final out of the 3rd inning. Batting average against Provo, not quite as good as his season average is, but the production is still there. Has a home run and 12 RBIs against the Angels this season. Takes the ball inside, goes to 1-2. It's the 14th time these teams have played each other. And Xavier Paul has 12 RBIs in those games. 13, including that sacrifice fly tonight. There's a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and there's one away in the 6th inning. Michel Simard picks right up where he left off on Sunday. Also the 9th strikeout of a Raptor hitter tonight. Russell Martin, the hitter. Martin 1 for 2 tonight. Had a solid single to left his last time up. That's the fastball strike, and it's 0-1. Going to come back to the mound back in the 1st inning. And now he'll take a fastball inside, even the count of the ball and a strike. Martin hitting .289 against Provo. No homers, 5 RBIs. Slices one foul into the stands, and the count evens at 1-1. Martin digs back in now against Michel Simard. And the 1-1 pitch. Grounded on the right side. Diving at first is Kenning to knock it down. Throws from his knees. Simard covers and makes the play. Terrific job by Ryan Kenning at first base. That was a rocket of a ground ball. And Kenning had to stretch out to his fullest extent and knock it down. Then he stuck with it and made a nice throw to Michel Simard covering first. 2 outs, bases empty, and the 5-hitter Andy LaRoche comes up. LaRoche smoked a line drive to 3rd his first time up. And his last time drew a walk. Provo 3, Ogden 1, bottom of the 6th. LaRoche waves at a curve a little bit high in the zone, and it's 0-1. Andy LaRoche, 2 of 8 in the series, 3 RBIs. A 1-strike pitch. Breaking ball, caught the inside corner. Now he's down on the count of 1-2. The Raptors down to their final strike of the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Michel Simard comes in, gets a 1-2-3 inning. So we go to the top of the 7th. Still Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Savon Sporting Goods proudly supports Raptors baseball. Savon is locally owned and a hometown dealer that gets behind its local baseball team. Located at 4099 Riverdale Road, Savon Sporting Goods specializes in men's and women's team sports. So cheer for the Raptors with Mark and Mike Rubin, then pay a visit to Savon Sporting Goods at 4099 Riverdale Road. Savon Sporting Goods, the friendship of those we serve is the foundation of our progress. The Heart Center at Ogden Regional has earned 5-star ratings from Healthgrade, an independent, nationally known firm. A 5-star rating means Ogden Regional is ranked in the top 15% of hospitals in the nation for cardiology and heart surgery. Ogden Regional is also rated #1 among all Utah hospitals for overall cardiac services and for heart valve surgery. Ogden Regional is also proud to be recognized as one of the top 100 hospitals in America.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors, the I-15 series, on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Chuck Tiffany stays on the mound here in the 7th inning. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Provo lineup. The Angels lead the Raptors 3-1 in Game 6 of the 7-game series. And it's, of course, a 7-game regular season series. The playoffs will start on Saturday in Provo as well. Could play as many as 10 games in a row against each other. As we were talking about before, fantastic crowd on hand tonight on this Thursday at Lynch Field. The Raptors came in averaging 3,362 fans a game. That's tops in the league. Tonight got 3,435, so a little bit better than their season average, and that's one of the best Thursday night crowds we've had all season. So Michael Collins, the 6-hitter, will lead off for Provo in the 7th. Brandon Wood to follow, then Jordan Wrench. Provo 3, Ogden 1. Again, we're keeping an eye on that Great Falls Billings series. Two teams battling it out for the final playoff spot in the North Division. There's a fastball a little bit high and outside. 1-0 on Michael Collins. Last we heard, Billings was on top, 5-2. Top foul, right field side, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Great Falls playing about 500 ball in the second half, but they lost not only their top 2 hitters, but 2 of the top hitters in the league, in Ricardo Nanita and Brian Anderson. Anderson was a first-round pick out of the University of Arizona, and Ricardo Nanita began the season with a 30-game hitting streak. So check swing, fastball misses high, and the count goes 2-1 on Collins. In fact, Nanita was second in the league in batting when he got hurt. He was hitting .384, so you lose a hitter like that, that does take a lot out of your offense. Up foul, right field side, count still even 2-2 on Michael Collins. Then again, Helena lost Lou Palmisano, who was named the league MVP, and the Brewers sitting pretty at 22-14 in the second half in the North Division. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Michael Collins. Chuck Tiffany spins, and here's the pitch on the way from the left-hander. A liner toward right field. That'll drop in for a single in front of Ryan Carter. First hit off of Tiffany tonight in 2/3 of an inning, and that'll bring up Brandon Wood. By the way, the line closed on Raptors starter Jordan Pratt. He went 5 1/3, allowed only 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 of those earned. He walked 1 while striking out 6. So the final regular season start for Pratt was very successful. Unfortunately, Ogden couldn't get him the run support needed for that first pro win. There's a strike call outside corner, and it's 0-1 on Brandon Wood. But Wood happy to see a new pitcher. He struck out twice against Pratt, both times swinging on high fastballs. Tiffany to the belt, the 1-strike pitch. Curve and a strike, and it's 0-2. Wood, 6'2", 180, a right-handed batter. First-round pick of the Anaheim Angels this year out of high school in Scottsdale, Arizona. Arizona quickly becoming a hotbed. You have the 3 big states, Florida, California, and Texas. And Arizona trying to become that big number 4. The 2-strike pitch from Tiffany. Laced into left field for a base hit, maybe more, as it goes into the gap and rolls all the way to the wall. Collins around to second, into third. He will hold up there, and trotting in with a double is Brandon Wood. So runners at second and third, no one out, and now the number 8 batter, Jordan Wrench, comes up. Travis Barbary out to the hill. That might do it for Chuck Tiffany. The left-handers run into problems here in the 7th. Andy's still on a rather strict pitch count. We'd like to keep him fresh for the playoffs as well. So the Raptors skipper out to the hill. Going to have a question or two for Chuck Tiffany. And now he will make the change, and he'll go to the bullpen. So this call to the bullpen brought to you by AOL. If you're looking for a pitching change, this is definitely the place to be. If you're looking for a career change, head to AOL in Ogden. They are now hiring. We'll be back with a new Raptor pitcher after this. It's Provo 3, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should, because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you and our employees get to help every member some way, somehow. It's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise. So isn't it fair to say that you'll need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of, would I love to learn more about it? Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today, or visit our website at AOL.com/careers. Member retention, consultant opportunities, an equal opportunity employer.
We're back in the top of the 7th inning. New pitcher for the Raptors will be the right-hander, James Stewart. Stewart, a big kid, 6'2", 225. He's from Tucson, Arizona. A 21-year-old selected in the 15th round in 2001. Stewart was part of the Great Falls Dodgers Pioneer League Championship team last year, the team that went into Provo and beat the Angels for the championship last season. So far this year, Stewart 2-1, a 3.83 ERA. This is his 18th appearance, which includes one start this year. In 42 1/3 innings, he has struck out 31 while walking only 8. So Stewart comes in the 7th with runners at 2nd and 3rd and no one out. He'll be facing the number 8 hitter, Jordan Renz. Renz 1 of 2 today. Clubbed a home run back in the 3rd inning, his first as a Provo Angel. He grounded out to 2nd his last time up in the 5th inning. Infield in for the Raptors. Here's the pitch. Renz takes ball 1 a little bit low. James Stewart pitched a 1/3 of an inning the other day against Provo. That was his last appearance, so he still has a lot in the tank for tonight's game. Stewart struck out the only batter he faced on Tuesday in Provo. There's a ball going to bounce away from Martin. Racing in from 3rd is Collins. The throw is dropped by Stewart, and the run scores. The throw from Martin was right about there, and they would have had Michael Collins out at the plate had Stewart been able to make the catch. Instead, Brandon Wood advances to 3rd base, and Michael Collins scores on the wild pitch. So now Jordan Renz at the plate with a man at 3rd and no one out. Pass ball will be a pass ball on Collins. Or rather on Russell Martin, I should say. Second pass ball of the game. Infield still in. Now it's 4-1 Provo. And a pitch from Stewart. A little low. 3 balls and no strikes on Renz. Can't get him to swing in one out of the zone. Now he's going to have to come over the heart of the plate. Here's the 3-0. Line drive, base hit to right field, make it 5-1 Provo. Well, the Angels are as good a clutch hitting team as there is in the league, no doubt about it. Renz drives in his 2nd run. And it's now a 5-1 lead for the Provo Angels. So here's Nuri Almonte with a man on and no one out. Well, they've made it through the 6th in Billings. The Mustangs on top of the Great Falls White Sox, still 5-2 in that one. Only 3 innings left. So if Great Falls is going to make their push, they're going to have to come up with some offense pretty quickly in that one. The 9-hitter for Provo at the plate in this one, Anuri Almonte. He's 2 for 2. A couple of singles tonight, a run scored. He's stolen a base and been caught stealing. Now he shows a bunt, pulls back, but he takes a strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. The top of the 7th of this one, Provo 5, Ogden 1. The Angels 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Raptors, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error tonight. Stewart tosses to first, pops out of the glove of Mike Lynch, but not far enough for Renz to advance. Meanwhile, in the football game tonight, the Jets have added a field goal, so it's 13-10 Redskins. That one is in the third quarter. The opening game of the NFL regular season tonight. Here's the 1-1. Almonte takes the ball low and outside, so Stewart behind in the count again. Almonte 5'11", 160, just a little guy out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Santo Domingo, such a baseball hotbed. 2-1 pitch, and a bouncer foul on the bunt try, evens it up at 2-2. Provo's won 10 in a row coming into this one, including 5 in a row against the Raptors. It could be at 11-6 going into tomorrow night's game. Boy, you're the Raptor fans, of course, you'd love to see some wins, but at the same time, if Provo is going into the playoffs with a 12-game winning streak, you have to think that's going to stop at some point. You really want to go with some reverse psychology. It's almost a good thing to go into the playoffs with Provo so hot. Bouncing ball towards second. Dominic Lauren comes up with it. His only play is to first. He retires Almonte as Jordan Renz heads into second. Well, there's one out here in the 7th inning. Now we go to the top of the lineup for Reggie Willis. Willis, the switch hitter, 0 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 3rd inning. Provo has scored 2 more here in the 7th. They now lead the Raptors 5-1. Jordan Renz in scoring position with 1 out. Willits takes a big swing, missed everything, and they count 0-1. For the Raptors in the bottom of the 7th, it'll be Carter, Lynch, and Gonzalez as they try to come back. James Stewart on the hitters had a pretty similar season this year to what he had last season. Not quite as many decisions, but the ERA almost exactly the same. Here's a ground ball towards second. Lauren scoops this one, guns to first to beat Willits, and there's 2 outs in the 7th inning now. Again, that moves up the base runner, though. Jordan Renz goes to third base, and it brings up the 2-hitter, Jose Guzman. Stewart drafted out of high school in 2001, a 15th round pick. Split times a starter and reliever last year in Great Falls. Played 5 and 3 for the Dodgers team last season. This year 2 and 1. There's ball 1, high and outside. Stewart's ERA last year 3.78. This year 3.83. Almost exactly the same. Inside the pitcher, he'll give up his hits. Won't strike out all that many, but he won't walk anyone. It's one that makes you beat yourself. There's a swing and a miss, and the count evens up at 1-1. And when Stewart has confidence in his pitches, and he is throwing them over the plate, he's been very effective for the Raptors. It can be a tough thing for a pitcher mentally to let the other team hit the ball every time. That's usually when they're very effective. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. If you think about it, the best hitters are successful only 30% of the time. That means you're getting out 70% of the time for letting them hit the ball. 1-2 on Jose Guzman. 2 outs with a man at third. Ogden down 5-1. And a changeup sails high. So the deuce is wild on Guzman. He's 1 for 3 today, tripled his last time up. Also grounded out and struck out. 5 runs, 7 hits for Provo. 1 run, 3 hits for the Raptors. Ogden with the game's only error. And it was a costly one back in the 3rd inning that led to 2 Provo runs. 2-2 pitch coming up from Stewart. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blazed a fastball up and in on Guzman, who swung right through it. And that retires the side. But 2-run score on 3 hits. No errors and a man left on. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It's Provo 5, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It's more than just a slogan for your local State Farm agent. It's a way of life. From supporting community events to serving your insurance needs, you can count on State Farm to be a good neighbor. For car, home, life, or health insurance, your State Farm agent always delivers affordable coverage that's backed by the good neighbor service that State Farm made famous. Call your local State Farm agent today. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you by your local State Farm agents, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're locked on to 1280 Z's.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
To help you and your family enjoy both by offering the fullest selection of meats for the barbecue, including a wide variety of marinated chicken, beef, and pork. And don't forget the finest steaks to be found. Snyder's is a proud sponsor of your Ogden Raptors, so get out and enjoy all the season has to offer. While you're out, make the stop at Snyder's Family Meats, located at 4421 Harrison Boulevard, right at the entrance of the new McKay-D Hospital. Snyder's Family Meats, celebrating 20 years of our family serving yours.
Welcome back to 1280 The Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrona.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field in downtown Ogden. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Provo 5, Ogden 1. New pitcher on the hill for the Angels is Sterspin. He's a right-hander, 6'2", 190. 22-year-old out of Plantation, Florida. The Angels selected him in the 9th round this year out of the University of Central Florida. Sterspin 1-1, an ERA of 5.04. And this is the 5th time he has faced the Raptors this year. Sterspin no record against Ogden, an ERA of 6.75. Ryan Carter swings and misses at a curveball, and the count 0-1. Sterspin in 8 innings against Ogden has allowed 10 hits and 7 runs. He's walked only 2 and struck out 13, however. So it's been a little bit of a case of all or nothing for Sterspin. Either thrown exceptionally well against Ogden or exceptionally poorly. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Raptor mascot Augie getting the crowd into it tonight. The Raptors trailing 5-1. The Ogden faithful trying to help their team to a come-from-behind win. Sterspin winds, 1-2 pitch, missed outside, evens up the count. Well, that Billings Great Falls games is again tilting into the favor of the Mustangs. They're up 7-3 now. That one in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a foul tip. Count still 2-2 on Carter. Great Falls needing a win tonight. And then they'd have to win tomorrow as well to make the playoffs. Billings just needs to win 1 out of the 2. There's a called strike 3 on the inside corner. And Ryan Carter 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts. That's the 11th strikeout for Provo tonight. They've had 18 Raptors in a game earlier this series. In fact, that was on Sunday here in this ballpark. The season high in strikeouts for the Raptor team. Here's Mike Lynch. He'll take a strike, and it's 0-1. On Sterspin, relieving Michel Simard, who threw the 6th. He did not allow a base runner and struck out 2 Raptors. The ball down low evens it up at 1-1. Juan Gonzalez waiting on deck. Lynch bounces one foul down the third base line, and it goes to 0-2. Mike Lynch grounded to second in the 2nd. He struck out looking in the 4th. The 1-2 coming up. And Lynch waves at strike 3. There's 2 outs in the 7th. To make it strikeout number 12 for Provo this evening. 2 outs, bases empty, and the 8-hitter Juan Gonzalez comes up. With Provo in the 8th, it'll be Pauly, Brown, and Kenning against James Stewart. On the line of the pitch to Juan Gonzalez. Slaps one foul, right field side, and it's 0-1. Gonzalez, a right-handed hitter, hitless in 2 tonight. Struck out in the 2nd, lined out to center his last time up. He takes strikes 2 on the inside corner. Gonzalez listed at 5'9", 165. That is really more about 5'7", maybe 160. There's a ball outside, 1-2. But a little guy that plays with a big heart. And a nice utility man for the Raptors this year. 1-2 pitch. Down and in, deuces wild. Gonzalez has played third, short, and second. And defensively, he's played each position equally as well. Not hit the ball quite as well as he would have liked this year. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul tip, and he stays alive. Deuce is still wild on Juan Gonzalez here in the bottom of the 7th. Provo in a groove right now, folks. They have retired 11 Raptors in a row. And more than half of those on strikeouts. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but it bounces off the shin guard of Collins. The throw to first is in time to retire the side. Von Sterspin strikes out the side. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 8th. Still Provo 5, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Need an escape from the hustle and bustle of city life? It's time to consider Bandana Ranch. Located between Strawberry and Starvation Reservoirs, you can play with your ATVs and snowmobiles on more than 18,000 acres of beautiful mountains. 5-acre recreation lots are available now, starting at $15,000. Call 888-476-5515 for more information. So leave the city behind and reserve your spot now at Bandana Ranch. When a coach understands the player's strengths, developing a winning strategy is easy. That's also true with your State Farm agent. State Farm knows your insurance and financial situation isn't exactly like anyone else's. But, like a great coach, your State Farm agent can help you create a strategy to meet your individual needs. This program is brought to you by your local State Farm agents, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors. The I-15 series on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Matt Pauly will lead things off for Provo. Be followed by Matt Brown and Ryan Kenny. Tonight's Raptors broadcast brought to you in part by SOS Staffing, the most professional folks in the business. For that reliable temporary help you're looking for, call SOS Staffing. Tonight's game also brought to you by Breyer's Ice Cream and Good Humor Ice Cream Bars. Some of our favorite treats here at Lindquist Field this year. Also sponsoring tonight's game are our friends at Amera Mortgage. So it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Provo here in the 8th. James Stewart staying on the hill. He gave up a base hit to the first batter he faced in the 7th, but then retired the next 3, keeping it to minimal damage in the 7th. Still, it's Provo with the 5-1 lead. Matt Pauly will lead off the 8th. He's hitless in 3 tonight. The left-handed hitter has fouled out to third, grounded to second, and popped out to short. Takes strike 1 from James Stewart. Pauly, a 17th round pick out of Florida Atlantic College. And a lot of Angels come from the state of Florida. There's a high towering fly ball to right, but well foul. It's 0-2. The reason why is Tom Kochman, their manager, spends the first half of the year as a scout in Florida. So he has quite a bit of pull in the organization and can't necessarily handpick his team, but he does have a lot of say in who gets drafted and who joins the Angels from year to year. So he gets to see a lot of these players firsthand before they ever join the team. That's a tremendous advantage for Tom Kochman. Good to know who you have before you start playing. Their strengths and weaknesses before they even get there. Most of those managers in this league don't have that luxury. The only players they've seen are the ones who have already been with them in extended spring training. And quite frankly, most of the impact players that you see in the league from year to year come fresh out of the 2003 draft. Or come fresh out of that year's draft, anyway. Here's a 2-2 to Matt Pauley. Fly ball toward left field, chasing after it Xavier Paul. That one going foul, and it will drop foul. And we're not playing Pauley the opposite way. In fact, a very exaggerated shift toward right, playing Pauley to Paul. He actually did go the opposite way that time, and Xavier Paul just playing too far off the line to make the catch. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. These 3, 4, 5 hitters for Provo are a combined 0 for 7 tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 3. You can make it 0 for 8. Big strikeout for James Stewart, his second of the night. And that will bring up Matt Brown. 1 out, base is empty. The Angels with a 4-run lead over Ogden. Trying to win their 6th straight for the Raptors and their 11th straight overall. Plus a win tonight would give Provo a tie for the most wins in a Pioneer League season by one team. It would give them a chance to set the league record all by themselves in tomorrow's game. Matt Brown, the hitter, he's 0 for 1, flew out in the second inning. Since then, he has walked twice. Here's the line in the pitch by Stewart. Curve and a strike. It's 0-1. The team that currently holds the Pioneer League record is the 1985 Great Falls Dodgers. They won 54 games in that season, but did not win the Pioneer League championship. Strike call makes it 0-2 on Brown. That Great Falls lost to the old Salt Lake Crappers in a 5-game series back in 1985. The line, the 0-2. Down and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown the batter with 1 out, no 1 on. Provo a 4-run lead. 1-2 pitch. Low and outside, evens it up at 2-2. Brown, one of the fine talents in this league. Turned the corner offensively this year. He's always been a very good defensive third baseman. Made some fine plays in this series, I'll tell you that. Here's the line and the 2-2 coming up. Change up, popped foul, right field side. Brown tried to keep his hands back as long as he could. But even though he went the opposite way, he was still out in front of that. Two balls, 2 strikes. Stewart spins the pitch to Brown. High fly ball, deep left field. This one heading back towards the wall, and it's off the wall. Heading into second is Brown. He'll be in with a 1-out double. Well, he just tattooed that one to left. And have been a little bit higher, would have been out of here. Smacked off the Mako sign in left field. Mako known for their auto body works, getting the dents out of your car. They might have to come out here and get the dent out of the wall there. That was a blast by Matt Brown. I'll tell you, if anyone can get the dent out of that wall, it would be Mako. They do a great job. Here's Ryan Kenning, a runner at second, 1 away in the 8th. Ogden trailing Provo 5-1. James Stewart on the hill for the Raptors. In the second relief inning. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 on Kenning. Ryan Kenning's had a tough night, 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Yeah, that's nothing, though, compared to Aaron Peel. In this series, from Tuesday through Wednesday, actually from Monday through Wednesday, Aaron Peel struck out in 7 straight at-bats. And he's a good hitter. So he must have been wondering what in the world was going on. 7 straight strikeouts. Here's a stretch from Stewart, and the 0-2 to Kenning on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He's 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. That's 3 strikeouts for Stewart tonight. There's been a lot of strikeouts tonight. The Raptors have fanned 10. Provo has struck out 12. And there's still a lot of baseball to go. We're in the top of the 8th here. Provo up 5-1. The new batter is Michael Collins. Brown at second with 2 away. Stewart checks the runner. Now the pitch to Michael Collins. Strike call outside corner, and it's 0-1. Collins 1 for 3 today. Led off the 7th inning with a single. Sparked a 2-run inning. He's also struck out and grounded out. Provo scored their 2 runs there in the 7th. They also had a 3-run 3rd. Ogden scored their only run in the 1st. In fact, the Raptors have not had a hit since the 4th inning. And Provo has set down 12 in a row. Line drive right to short. Chin-Wong Hu makes the scoop, and that'll retire the side in the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Provo 5, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280, the Sports Zone.
Kit and her daughter Lindsay from Riverton.
I started smoking when I was 14 years old. It became a habit right away. When my mom used to smoke, it was obvious how important it was to her.
When they were babies, I couldn't wait for them to hurry and take a nap so I could go outside and have a cigarette.
My brother and I both felt how much control smoking had over her life. And ours, it controlled every aspect of me. So she would come to school activities and walk away in the middle of an activity to go have a cigarette.
I smoked for 20 years.
And then just one day she was like, I'm done smoking. I was like, yeah, all right.
But when I quit, I woke up in the morning and thought, I am done. That was it. I was done. I could not have another cigarette.
The truth is, my mom did it.
I quit smoking. I did it. The truth is, you can do it. For help, call 1-888-567-TRUTH. If you've done it and would like a free I Did It t-shirt, tell us your story at www.ididit.tv.
Welcome back to 1280 The Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrov.
Bottom of the 8th inning in Ogden. The Provo Angels lead the Ogden Raptors 5-1. The Angels have out-hit Ogden 8-3. The Raptors with tonight's only error. Von Sterspin stays in the ball game. He struck out the side in the 7th. And Provo has now set down 12 Raptors in a row. So leading off the 8th will be number 9 hitter Dominic Morin. He'll be followed by Alejandro De Aza and Chin-Lung Hu. And if anyone reaches, Xavier Paul. So 12 straight retired by Provo. Ogden has not had a hit since the 4th inning. Russell Martin had a leadoff single there in the 4th. Andy LaRoche then walked. And the Raptors have not had a base runner since then. Lauren grounds one towards second, rolling it towards second base. Almonte Field throws to first, and Lauren retired for the first out in the 8th inning. Out of the top of the lineup, and Alejandro De Aza. Action starting up in both bullpens. On the Provo side, it is Carlos Morban warming up. And on the Raptors side, Marcos Carvajal. Alejandro De Aza steps up. He doubled and scored back in the 1st inning. Since then, he's grounded to third and grounded to short. And Oseka's swing takes a pitch up high. It's 1-0. Redskins still lead the Jets 13-10. That one has now moved on to the 4th quarter. Swing and a miss by De Aza. The count evens out at 1-1. The Jets with the ball there in the 4th, but they're deep in their own territory on their own 16. A strange football season already. And we're not done with the Pioneer League baseball season yet. Here's the 1-1. Bouncing ball towards first. Leaping is Kenning. He makes the grab, will step on first base, and there's 2 away in the 8th. Fine play by Ryan Kenning. He was at the edge of the infield grass, guarding against a possible bunt. De Aza tried to bounce it over his head, but Kenning showed some hops, got up there, took away a base hit from De Aza. So 2 outs, bases empty. And now Chin Long Hu steps up. Chin Long Hu 0 for 2. He walked in the first inning. He has struck out twice since then, and he takes a called strike from home plate umpire Tim Dom. His spin, the 0-1. Bouncing ball towards third base. Charging is Brown. Flings it over to first base. It is not in time. Infield hit for Chin Long Hu. Breaks the string of 14 straight Raptors retired by Provo. And Chin Long Hu is now hit in 17 of his last 19 ball games. So Chin Long on at first, and now Xavier Paul steps up. Ogden trailing Provo 5-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Like to get a run or 2 here to make things interesting in the 9th. That'll be a tough task with 2 outs already in the inning. And Provo will not hold Chin Long Hu at first. Here's the pitch. Xavier Paul takes the fastball a little high. It's 1-0. Probably a smart play by Provo. Chin Long Hu not likely to go with 2 outs. He's not a blazing base runner. And especially with the Raptors' best hitter at the plate, you don't want to take the bat out of his hands. What's more for Provo is that by playing Kenning back at first, you can still guard that line a little bit, as well as a few steps over. Kenning is shown to be rather nimble fielding first baseman. So on a hard shot on the right side of the infield, Kenning still has a chance of making that play instead of an easy single to right. Curve and a strike goes 2-1 on Xavier Paul. Xavier had a sacrifice fly to knock in a run in the first inning. He struck out in the 3rd, again in the 6th. Left-handed hitter against the righty Von Sterspin. 2-1 pitch. Little low, and Sterspin has fallen behind on Paul. 3-1 now. And a good clutch hitter, and Russell Martin due up next. Outfield shades Paul the opposite way to left. A lot of room down the right field line if he can turn on one. The 3-1 outside, ball 4. And the Raptors have 2 men on with 2 away in the 8th inning. Sterspin started out the night on fire, striking out the side in the 7th. Got the first 2 outs in the 8th relatively easily. Then Chin Long Hu reached on an infield single. Xavier Paul drew a walk. And now Russell Martin comes up with a chance to bring the Raptors back into it. Provo runs, 8 hits. The Raptors 1 run on 4 hits. Martin taps one foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. Take a big hack at a curveball, and he just got a piece of it off the tip of the bat. Martin 1 for 3 today. Grounded out on the first base side of the infield twice, and a base hit to left back in the 4th inning. The 0-1. Sliced foul, right field side. And now Martin down on the count of 1-2. Pretty hard hit ball, but well late was Russell Martin. Chin Long Hu at second. Xavier Paul in first. Pretty good base runners. So Russell Martin going to try and find the gap here, see if he can score them both. Ground ball right back to the mound. Sterspin gloves it, throws to first, and that retires this side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the top of the 9th. It's Provo 5, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
When you're looking for something special for summer lunches, Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes will hit a home run. Kids ask for Hostess snacks with cream fillings they love. Twinkies, cupcakes, Ho-Hos, fruit pies, fresh donuts. Hostess stands for fun. And make that special sandwich with soft, fresh slices of Wonder Bread or home fried bread from your local hometown bakers. Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes, a winning combination.
For great baseball performance, you couldn't do it better locally than the Raptors. And for outstanding banking performance, you couldn't do better than Wells Fargo, where you'll find a full range of financial products and personal service you deserve. Wells Fargo is proud to support this community. Drop by and talk to your local Wells Fargo banker today. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors, the I-15 series, on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Top half of the ninth inning at Lindquist Field in Ogden. Ryan Petrano with you tonight for Game 6 of the 7-game series between the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels. Marcos Carvajal now into the ball game, and he'll face the bottom third of the Provo lineup. Carvajal this year is 2-1, an ERA of 3.16. He does have 2 saves this season. Carvajal in 37 innings has struck out 48. He has walked 21, hit 4, and thrown 6 wild pitches, but opponents batting just .217 against him. Carvajal's been about the same against Provo. No record in 4 games, an ERA of an even 3. In 6 innings against the Angels, he's allowed 5 hits and 2 runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Carvajal came in the other night and did not fare very well. Ogden was already down 9-2 when he came in, and then Carvajal allowed 3 hits and 2 runs in only 1 inning on Monday in Provo. So he'll face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Angels lineup in the ninth. It'll be Brandon Wood, Jordan Renz, and Nuri Almonte. Wood to lead off the inning. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Carvajal, a right-hander from Venezuela, 6'4", 175, and he does bring it. He's been clocked as high as 98 miles an hour this year on that fastball, and there's one of them. Swing and a miss by Wood. They count 0-2. Wood 1 for 3 today, couple of strikeouts. He also has a double and a run scored. Now he takes a called strike 3, and there's one away in the 9th inning. 11th strikeout for the Raptors. Jordan Renz now comes up. He's 2 for 3. He's had the big game tonight. Renz a solo homer in the 3rd inning. He singled in a run his last time up in the 7th. So he's 2 for 3. 2 RBIs tonight. 6-1 from Marcos Carvajal. Renz, a right-handed batter against the righty Carvajal. So 1-0. Fastball away, and it evens up the ball and a strike. Raptors really do have 2 closers, Steve Small and Marcos Carvajal. Carvajal has only 2 saves. Small has 7. But they have both come in safe situations and have both been brilliant this year. Here's the 1-1. Renz takes a fastball high and in, and it goes to 2 balls and a strike. We're in the top of the 9th here at Lindquist Field. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Provo. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Raptors. 3-0, they count on Jordan Renz. The line in the pitch by Carvajal, and it gave him the green light on 3-0. He fouled it off. So it goes to 3-1. Renz was called up from the Arizona Rookie League, made his Provo debut on Sunday, had 2 hits. Made a couple of starts and didn't get a hit since then. Now he takes ball 4 from Carvajal. Looked like a pretty pitch from here, but Carvajal did not get the call. So here's Nuri Almonte with 1 on and 1 out. Almonte's also had a nice night. 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run scored. He's stolen a base, been caught stealing as well. Swing and a miss, late in a fastball was Nuri Almonte. Almonte came in hitting .217, but tonight 2 for 3. 0-1 the count. Carvajal checks the runner, the pitch. Another fastball. That one missed a little low, and the count evens up at 1-1. Carvajal only 19, and he's throwing 98 miles an hour. In a slender frame. Again, another kid that once he fills that out, gets a little more durable. It's going to be an exciting pitcher in the Dodger organization. Here's a line drive into right field. Running into second is Jordan Wrench, so runners at first and second with one away. That one almost hit the base runner, but Chris Schultz, the base umpire, right on top of the play, saying that it did miss it. So runners at first and second with one out, and out of the top of the lineup, and Reggie Willits. Willits tonight hitless in 3. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the third inning, however. First and second, one away. Carvajal to stretch the pitch, and a foul ball straight back. It's 0-1 on Willits. And now Russell Martin will jog out to the mound for a quick word with Carvajal. May have gotten crossed up on the signs there. With the runner at second, that tends to happen. To make sure they know what the indicator is before Martin does drop the actual sign. Here's the 0-1 from Carvajal. Check swing, but he went around, and now Willits down in the count 0-2. Willits batting from the left side against the right-hander. Carvajal trying to keep it close. It's a 5-1 score right now. Bottom half of the Raptor lineup to bat in the ninth. There's a tapper foul. Remains 0-2 on Willits. He actually fouled that off twice. Bounced it into the dirt, and then on the backswing, he got it again. That's tough to do. We are now tied in the football game tonight, 13-13 in the fourth quarter. The Jets have just kicked a field goal to tie it up with 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Reggie Willits cases one low and outside, and there's 2 away in the ninth. Here's the shortstop for Provo, Jose Guzman. 2 outs, runners at first and second. For the Raptor ninth, it'll be LaRoche, Carter, and Lynch. Here's the stretch in the pitch. Guzman takes a high fastball. It's 1-0. Raptors have certainly made it exciting in the late innings recently. Last night they loaded the bases in the ninth. Got 2 runners on in the ninth inning on Tuesday. Loaded the bases on Monday night in the ninth. The team that hasn't quit. Here's the 1-0. A little low. But you may also remember the first game of this series when Ogden scored 2 runs in the ninth to pull within 2. They had a runner in scoring position with only with no one out actually, but were unable to score the rest of the way. Here's the 2-0 to Guzman. Bouncing ball left side, single into left field. That's going to load him up as Jose Guzman has his second hit of the night. Now the 3-hitter Matt Pauley comes up. Bases full, 2 away, and Carvajal facing Pauley. Provo trying to put this one out of reach. The Raptors trying to stay as close as possible. Pauley hitless in 4 tonight. Couple of pop outs, a strikeout and a ground out. He'll take a fastball outside. It's 1-0. In Provo now, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Raptors 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 miscue. The Raptors are giving Pauley the right center gap if he can pull one. There's a pitch outside. It's 2-0. Diaz in center shifted all the way over toward left. Ryan Carter deep and guarding the line and right. A lot of room over the second baseman's head. Here's the 2-0. And Pauley will take a strike at the knees, brings the count to 2-1. Like to get Carvajal through this ninth. He's thrown a lot of pitches, though. And now Brian Dumasno getting loose, just in case Carvajal is unable to finish things off. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Liner foul left field side, so the deuce is wild here in the ninth. Take those rally caps and help Carvajal out of this inning to give Ogden a chance in the bottom of the ninth. Right-hander Carvajal against the left-handed bat, Matt Paulding. The spin and the 2-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. Lauren backhands at second. He throws over to first. It is in time to retire the side. Terrific play by Dominic Lauren. And we will go to the bottom of the ninth inning. It's still Provo 5, Ogden 1. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Our game is brought to you in part by Cream of Weber Dairy, a proud sponsor and a longtime fan of the Ogden Raptors. Don't forget that Cream of Weber makes those handy single-serving chugs. They're in a variety of flavors that include chocolate and strawberry. It's a great energy boost when you're watching a Raptor game. Cream of Weber chugs, available at your favorite grocer. Cream of Weber, it just tastes better. Davis Hospital and Medical Center, located at 1600 West Amlo Drive in Layton, has been serving the healthcare needs of our community for over 25 years. We're growing with the community, and we've recently started a $24 million expansion project, adding additional space to many areas, including the emergency room, cardiac care, women's services, and the renovation and improvement to all the areas of the hospital. Our caring professional nursing staff, a medical staff of over 200 physicians, a convenient location, easy access from I-15, and the acceptance of most insurance plans. That's just a few of the many reasons that Davis Hospital is an excellent choice for your family health care needs. Davis Hospital and Medical Center, caring for our community.
It's the Provo Angels against the Ogden Raptors, the I-15 series, on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Bottom half of the ninth inning. Last chance for the Raptors as they trail the Provo Angels by a score of 5-1. Carlos Morban now into the ball game for the Provo Angels. The tall right-hander, Morban, is 6'6", 185 from the Dominican Republic. 20-year-old right-hander is 2-1 this year, a 3.32 ERA. This will be his 21st appearance. Morban to face Andy LaRoche, Ryan Carter, and Mike Lynch here in the ninth. Provo 5, Ogden 1. So the Raptors don't just want to make it exciting in the ninth this time. They want to complete the full comeback. If they can get an exciting win, that'd be such a lift for this team. They could get a come-from-behind win in the ninth. Morban to the belt. Here's the pitch. LaRoche chases the high fastball, and it's 0-1. Andy LaRoche 0 for 2 tonight. Line to third, struck out, and walked this evening. Now he takes the ball outside, evens it up at 1-1. Well, in our NFL opener, 6.5 minutes to go. The Redskins and Jets still tied at 13. Here's the 1-1 to LaRoche. Bouncing ball towards short. Charging in is Guzman. Throws to first in time, and there's one away. Now Ryan Carter comes up. Carter 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. So he's trying to avoid that big 0 for 4 without hitting the ball. Brian Kenning for Provo went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts tonight, so it's already happened once this evening. There's a ball up and in. 1-0 on Carter. And Ryan had the day off yesterday after going 2 for 4 on Tuesday night. Al Tip had a good cut at that one. Just didn't get enough of it, and the count evens up at 1-1. Carter does like those fastballs, and Morban tried to bust him low and inside. Outfield straight away and deep. He'll watch a curve and a called strike. That one on the outside corner of the batter's box, and it goes to 1-2. And Carter has not liked the calls tonight from Tim Dobb. 1-2 pitch. Down and away, and that'll leave it up at 2-2. And the crowd immediately jumping on the plate umpire. And you sure? About the same spot as the last pitch. So it's 2-2 on Carter. Morbon delivers. Swing and a miss, got the fastball past him, and now there's 2 outs in the 9. So Carter 0 for 4 strikeouts this season. Now Mike Lynch comes up. The Raptors down to their final out, trailing Provo 5-1. Lynch today 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Ogden as a team has fanned 13 times tonight. There's a high pop foul, first base side. Ryan Kenny getting chased, but he won't have enough room to make the play. And a fan of the top row of the bleachers on the first base side brought his glove, made the catch. That's the way to do it. You bring that glove, you better catch it. This crowd will get on you in a heartbeat if you don't. They're ruthless here at Ogden. Here's the 0-1. Lynch ball downstairs, evens it up at 1-1. So again, the regular season ends tomorrow night. 7:05 first pitch here in Ogden. The radio broadcast will be on 1660 KXOL. There's a ball a little high, 2-1 on Lynch. Post-game fireworks sponsored by Coca-Cola, pre-game player awards. And you can also pick up free general admission tickets at any Ogden area convenience store. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, deuces wild. So the Raptors down to their final strike here in the 9th. Provo 5, Ogden 1. So the right-hander Morbon facing the right-handed hitting Lynch. Morbon trying to shut the door. Lynch trying to keep the Raptor hopes alive. Here's the pitch. Stops it foul. Still 2-2. So Lynch stays alive. Morbon comes set. The 2-2 again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll retire the side. Provo gets a 1-2-3 inning in the 9th, and they finish off this 5-1 win. So we'll be back with the totals right after this. Provo 5, Ogden 1. You've been listening to Raptors baseball on 1280, the Sports Zone.
Hi, Jeff Hornacek here. You know, I've never been too fond of low percentages, except when it comes to mortgage rates. Right now, you can get a short-term home mortgage at America First Credit Union for one of the lowest rates we've ever offered. 0.25% variable. Sounds like an incredible rate, doesn't it? Well, it is. But in all fairness, I should point out that there are a couple of things that don't come with this amazing rate. Like no closing costs, no appraisal fees, no points. In fact, there are no fees of any kind. And compared to even similar rates at other financial institutions, America First no-fee mortgage could save you thousands of dollars just in fees alone. Plus, you might also lower your monthly payment and still pay off your mortgage years earlier. To apply, just visit any branch or online at AmericaFirst.com. But hurry, its 4.25% variable interest rate is subject to change. Longer-term rates, both fixed and variable, are also available.
Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Where do you go for good baseball? Downtown Ogden and Lindquist Field. Where do you go for your employment needs? Adecco Employment Services. Adecco specializes in temporary, permanent placement, secretarial, clerical, data work processing, administrative, light industrial, paid holidays, vacation benefits, and equal opportunity employment. Adecco has offices in Clearfield, Orem, Murray, Salt Lake City, Sunset, and West Valley City. Employment services at www.adecco.com. Adecco is a proud sponsor of the Ogden Raptors.
There may never be a better time to sell your home than right now. And working with a realtor from the Greater Ogden Area Association of Realtors makes it easier to get on with the life you work so hard to enjoy. Realtors can help you with financing, home selection, negotiation, home inspection, marketing, pricing, and closing on property. Visit www.ogdenrealtors.com to find a realtor today.
Welcome to the 1280 Sports Zone special coverage of the I-15 series between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. Let's go back to the voice of the Raptors, Brian Petrov.
Welcome back for the totals from Lindquist Field. The Provo Angels defeat the Ogden Raptors 5-1. The line score like this for Provo: 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For the Raptors, 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. Kyle Pawelczyk gets the win for Provo, his second in a row against Ogden, and improves his season record to 3-2. Jordan Pratt suffered the hard luck loss for the Raptors to drop to 0-9. Jordan allowed just 1 earned run through 5 1/3 innings tonight. So Provo matches a Pioneer League record with 54 wins as a team against just 21 losses. They have won 11 in a row. And if they can make it 12 straight tomorrow, the Angels will have the record all to themselves. So the Raptors hope that doesn't happen. They will send out David Quinn in tomorrow night's game. That is the regular season finale tomorrow night here in Ogden. This Raptors broadcast was brought to you in part by Buckley Homes. Buckley is better. By surfutah.net. Surf the net with surfutah.net. And by New Deal Used Cars. We finance. And the final score in this one, Provo 5, Ogden 1. Thanks to all of you for joining us here on 1280 The Sports Zone. Tune in tomorrow night on 1660 KXOL for the regular season finale between the Provo Angels and Ogden Raptors. For Dave back in the studio, this is Brian Petrato saying good night from Lynch. You've been listening to Raptors baseball here on 1280 The Sports Zone.